I just want to be unapologetically me to the public and say like, hey, you either like me or you don't, but I'm okay with it. Linsanity felt like I had to be who everyone else wanted me to be. I'm 34. I've been playing for 13 years. I don't have that many years left. I would rather be less liked and authentic than to be more liked and to be inauthentic. My teammate, Aaron Brooks, when I was with the Houston Rockets, said it best. He's like, everybody looks at you and they're like, oh, you're lunch meat. Meaning like, I'm just going to walk all over you. I'm going to punk you. And he was like, people don't realize how good you are, how strong you are, because when they look at you, they just assume you're lunch meat. And that was the target on my back that I had. Growing up, everyone was either like, he sucks, I'm going to absolutely destroy him, or I'm going to give him my best effort because I cannot let this Asian dude score on me, or I cannot get showed up by this guy. When I had Linsanity, that was magnified times 1,000 because everyone had me circled on their calendar. And that's the hard part about lack of representation, the way Hollywood perceives Asians and Asian males, is that like, when you finally have that breakout moment, you naturally will have this whole group of society that is ready to go out and get you and take you down. It happens across the board for people who are represented inaccurately or not represented enough.
When most Americans think about Asians, they think about dry cleaners, they think about IT guy.
Small, passive, diminutive, unathletic.
The stereotyping, the derision are so rampant.
You don't think no Asian kid that's this size is gonna be dunking.
As a player and an athlete, I can't sit here and blame anybody else if I don't believe in myself. Were there obstacles? Yes. Were there barriers? Yes. This is what everybody is dealing with when they are a minority, or when they're trying to do something that has never been done. When no one else can see you getting better, but you're in the gym every day, you're doing the same drills and doing better in those drills than you were the week before and the month before. Like, that's where a lot of the confidence has to slowly be built. And then the last one is just loved ones, because there were so many moments of like, I'm not built for this. I can't do this. And I talk about how my agent, who is an African-American who has had to deal with many obstacles himself, how he helped me navigate that, how my parents, immigrant parents who have dealt with a lot of obstacles, how they helped me. Let's be honest, I mean, you hear in the documentary, my team on the court, it's not like they believed in me. Like, they didn't even know I was there. I was invisible to them. And people talk about Linsanity and they talk about the breakthrough, but they just don't realize what that grind looked like before. And when you don't have people who are really in your corner, you might not make it through those moments and those times. And I think that's why I owe my success to so many of the people around me. When people talk about Linsanity, it's almost like they're talking about themselves. That's how much they feel like this story was their story. And I agree, like, this is not my story. It is a story and a moment that many underdogs, minorities and people of color, like, were able to kind of rally around and hold up together and say, this is our moment. I get increasingly more grateful. Like, in the moment, it was like, I'm not comfortable necessarily with fame and celebrity status. But now that I'm looking back, I'm like, wow, what a historic moment. And the fact that people still talk about it 10 years later, that's why my appreciation for it continues to grow.